Hello, everybody. Back again with Ice Cream with Dad. Listen, we're going to jump right into it as always. Um, Listen, this one may hurt a bit. This one may be a little bit of a emotional ride, especially for me. We're going to talk about, I've titled it Delilah's Secret. And we're going to get into that right after we talk about today's ice cream, man. Now, of course, you guys know this is ice cream with Dad, and we just get a chance to talk about it. This is Van Leeuwen's Sicilian Pistachio. I guess you can get that. Leeuwen's Sicilian Pistachio is what it's called. You can find it wherever you buy your ice cream, your favorite supermarket. Let's try it out, man. I First time for me with Van Leeuwen's, and mm, it is a go. Van Leeuwen's, I think you got one. What's in this thing, man? What's in this doggone thing? Ingredients: cream, milk, cane sugar, egg yolk, Sicilian pistachio, sea salt. Not bad. Not a bad treat. I think I like it. Oops. I'll clean that up later. Mm, got it. So, what is Delilah's secret? You know, one of these things we get to do with ice cream with Dad is, again, we get to contemplate these things. We get to think about life, especially when it gets us down. And Delilah's secret that I've titled to call this talk today is really about a woman's superpower. If you don't know who Delilah is, she's a person described in the Bible who was tasked with having uh, with to capture the world's strongest man, Samson, who was wreaking havoc, right, on the Philistines, and they they had armies, but Samson was so strong he was defeating them all by himself. So they they paid Delilah to capture Samson. And what struck me in contemplating this thing was, this one woman was tasked to do what thousands of men could not. And it got me thinking, about a woman's superpower. Now I'm like, wow. And as I said, man, look, this thing may take a turn a little bit because I may get a little bit emotional. Um, but I, as I began to read the story, the only description we get of Delilah is that it said he could rest in her lap, that he could rest in her lap. And it got me thinking about how many husbands can rest in their wives' lap. Because, when you're resting in someone's lap, it is a vulnerable position. And it caused me to ask the question, how many husbands can lay in their wives' lap without being vulnerable? Can we trust you? And Delilah knew something about, you know, herself that I don't think many women today know. Delilah was confident that she could capture Samson. And the only description that the Bible gives us of Delilah, again, is that he could rest in her lap. Delilah knew her secret was the power of her femininity. She wasn't screaming and yelling. She wasn't, you know what I mean, um, trying to tell Samson what to do or doing all this stuff. She simply gave him a place to rest, just a place to rest. And men, ladies, if you don't know, we crave that. We crave a home, a place we can lay our head and just rest. And Delilah wasn't anybody. She wasn't doing it for a good purpose. But she used the power of her femininity to capture the strongest man in the world. How much stronger are you, ladies? Delilah didn't have big muscles. She didn't have she wasn't Wonder Woman, right? She wasn't Wonder Woman. She couldn't fly. She wasn't as strong as a man, but she knew the power of her femininity. And ladies, if you would begin to um, capture, to use, um, to regain your femininity, you too could capture, hold on to the man of your dreams, your husband, with simply your femininity. A soft word, a kind word, a sincere hug when he comes in the door, a whisper that simply says, I love you, a soft stroke on the back of his neck, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in his lunchbox that says, baby, I love you. I appreciate you. Could happen if you're able to regain it, your femininity. You don't have to wear jeans all the time, right? As men, we really like, something soft for our hands to hold. You know, if you could, we really like the smell of a feminine fragrance that simply says welcome home. The power of your femininity. And I believe that man would work to the ends of the earth. I believe he would work from sun up to sundown to get you what you wanted, needed. I don't think there's a traffic light that could stop him from rushing home to get to you. Now, I know some of you ladies are maybe saying, hey, listen, nah, not with my man. And I know some of you guys, let me transition for a moment, man, because I want to talk to the fellas. And I just feel like somebody is really hurting. And there's a dude out there that really messed up, really just messed up and wants to get back. This dude loves his wife, he loves his family, but he's not confident. Maybe he doesn't have the words. And if you allow me today, I want to try to give you the words. But I'm going to encourage you to stand straight when you call her, when you go over there. Stand straight, stand firm, be assertive, recognize that you did mess up. And let me give you the words. I'm sorry. And I know I messed up terribly. And it is my fault, and you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely right. But I want you to be clear. I want to be clear with you right now and today. I love you. I love these kids. I love this family. and I ain't going nowhere. If it takes me forever in a day, that's how long I'm willing to go to keep you in my life and to maintain this family. I messed up, but that is not going to happen again. Those are the words you say to a wife who is hurt, realizing you messed up. She loved you. She don't want to go through that again. And fellas, let me also say, you can't say that and not mean it. You cannot say that and not mean it. This is life or death to you. This is about your family. You know, so if you're going to offer those words, you should say them with all sincerity. So fellas, don't quit. If you love your wife, if you love your family, listen, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And if you if you really want it to happen, be committed to serving your wife and to serving your family. And doing the right thing from now on. You know, yeah, we mess up, we slip up. I get it because we're human, and so will she. We all need forgiveness. And for those guys who still love your wife, but maybe it's too late. Maybe she's moved on already. Listen, learn from that and move on, and endeavor to do better in the future. So I didn't want to keep you long today. I just wanted to share with you, you know, um, you guys can make it in this thing called marriage. Can make it. On both sides, we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to grow in and out of, you know, and it can happen. I want to encourage you not to give up. Ladies, he will do everything he can for you. No man gets married to a woman and says, I want it to fail. No woman gets married to a man and say, I don't want this to succeed. We all get married to say, I want this to last. But we have to shed the selfishness and get on the same page, the same program. We have to. There's a great verse in the Bible, and it says, "How can two walk together unless they agree?" You guys got to agree, man. You got to get on the same page. You got to walk, in unison. You got to walk step by step. One's got to lead, the other one's got to help. Let me touch on help for just a second. Um, Help, ladies, we need your help, man. We men, we crave it. We got to have it. But help is not a subservient word. It's not a word to make you feel less than. Okay, and men were guilty of making it seem like that it is. Okay, but help actually, um, first of all, you can't get help from anybody weaker than you. You can only get help from somebody who just as strong or stronger. Help is a word that, if I'm corrected, it means to uplift, to encourage, to make better, to make stronger, to add to make better, to make stronger, to build upon, help. And ladies, we need your help. So don't look at help as a subservient word, and men, we shouldn't use it in that way. Um, the truth is, we need each other. and everybody must play their role. You know, men were created to give, women were created to receive. It's just how you physically just look in the mirror. You know, we need each other. We need each other. Pretty much all I had for you guys today. I made it without being too emotional, though. I have to admit, I like this ice cream. You know, the beautiful part about ice cream with dad, once again, is you get to think this stuff out. You know, I used to do it, get some ice cream and just sit in the car. And I think about all the stuff I learned over the years and all the stuff, I was going through and to contemplate, you know, prayed a lot, prayed a whole lot with ice cream, with dad. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was helpful to you. God bless you all. I'll see you again next Sunday at 7 o'clock when we, once again, have a great time with ice cream with dad. See y'all later.